Welcome to Fun English Podcast.
I am Alex.
And I am Sara. Today, we are going deep into the questions that keep English learners awake at night. Alex, I was looking through our list of 20 thoughtful questions, and they are so heartfelt. Should we just dive right in?
Let us do it. These questions deserve honest, practical answers.
Okay, first question that I think hits home for so many. Why is it so easy to understand English when I read or listen, but so hard to speak it out loud? Alex, why does this happen?
You know, Sarah, I compare this to watching sports versus playing sports. When you watch basketball on TV, everything looks smooth and easy. But when you are on the court, you have to think about your feet, your hands, the ball, the other players. It is overwhelming. Speaking English is the same. You are not just observing, you are creating language in real time.
That is such a helpful way to think about it. Now, what about this concern? Will I ever sound natural, or will people always notice my accent?
Let me be honest. People might notice your accent, but that is not a bad thing. Think of famous people like Penelope Cruz or Jackie Chan. They have accents, and it is part of their charm. What really matters is whether people can understand you clearly.
I love that. Here is another common frustration. Why do I forget words I just learned a few days ago?
Our brains are actually designed to forget. It's a survival mechanism. But here's the secret. Instead of just memorizing words, try to learn them in phrases. Instead of just learning disappointed, learn I was so disappointed. Your brain remembers stories and contexts much better than single words.
That is brilliant. Now, this next question breaks my heart a little. How can I stop feeling nervous every time I try to speak English?
I want every learner to know this. Even professional speakers get nervous. The trick is to prepare some emergency phrases, like, "Could you repeat that?" or "I'm still learning English." Having these ready is like having a safety net. It makes you feel more secure.
What great advice. Let us tackle this big one. Am I studying the right way or just wasting time?
If you are putting in consistent effort, you are not wasting time. But here is a quick check. Are you actually using English or just studying about English? If you spend all day memorizing grammar rules but never speak, that is like reading about swimming but never getting in the water.
Perfect analogy. Now, this is a classic debate. Should I focus more on grammar or just try to communicate?
Think of grammar as the rules of the road when driving. You need to know enough to be safe, but you do not need to be a mechanic to drive to the store. Learn essential grammar, but do not let perfect grammar stop you from communicating.
Here is a question I used to ask myself all the time. Why does my English seem fine when I'm alone, but disappear when I talk to others?
When you are alone, there is no pressure. But with others, your brain is trying to do 3 things at once. Understand what they are saying, plan your response, and monitor your own speaking. No wonder it feels overwhelming. This gets better with practice, I promise.
Let us talk about timing. How long will it really take before I can think in English?
It happens gradually. You will start with simple thoughts like, I am hungry, or it is cold. Then you will notice you are counting in English or singing along to songs in English. One day you will dream in English. It is a beautiful progression.
I remember that feeling. Now, what do native speakers actually do to sound so natural?
We use lots of filler words like, well, you know. I mean, we use contractions like gonna instead of going to. And we do not speak in perfect grammar. The key is listening to real English, not textbook English.
Such an important point. Here is a tough one. Is my English good enough, or should I keep pushing?
That depends on your goals. If you can communicate what you need to, that is wonderful. But if you want to discuss complex ideas or advance in your career, keep pushing. There is always another level to reach.
Let's talk about media. Why do I understand some movies easily, but struggle with others?
Different movies use different vocabulary, speaking speeds, and accents. A news broadcast is much clearer than a group of friends joking around. Start with children's shows or documentaries. They speak more clearly.
Great suggestion. Now, the motivation question. How can I keep going when progress feels slow?
Track your progress. Save a recording of yourself speaking today. Listen to it in 3 months. You will be amazed at your improvement. Sometimes we do not notice our own progress because it is gradual.
That is so true. What about this concern? Am I too old to master English?
Absolutely not. Adults have advantages. We understand how learning works. We have better concentration, and we know why we are learning. Your age is not a limit.
Here is a fear many share. What if people judge me for my mistakes?
Most people are actually impressed by anyone speaking a second language. Think about how you feel when someone tries to speak your native language. You are happy they are trying.
Exactly. How can I make English part of my daily life?
Change your phone language to English. Follow English social media accounts about your hobbies. Listen to English music. Little exposures throughout the day add up.
Practical. Now, why do grammar rules make sense in class, but not in real conversations?
Because in real life, people do not speak in textbook sentences. They use slang, they interrupt each other, they use half sentences. That is why it is so important to practice with real conversations, not just textbooks.
This is important. Should I try to sound like a native speaker?
Aim for clarity, not perfection. Your accent is part of your identity. Many successful people speak English with an accent. It shows you know multiple languages.
Beautiful perspective. How do I learn from mistakes without feeling discouraged?
See mistakes as proof you are trying. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. The only bad mistake is the one you are too afraid to make.
Love that. What can I do when I feel completely stuck?
Change something. Try a new learning app. Find a new conversation partner. Watch a different type of show. Sometimes we just need to shock our system out of its routine.
Finally, the most beautiful question. What would it feel like to express everything freely in English?
It feels like flying. It feels like having a superpower. It is worth every difficult moment, every mistake, every hour of practice. And every single learner can get there.
Alex, these answers are so encouraging and practical.
Remember, everyone who speaks English fluently once asked these same questions. You are not alone in this journey.
Keep these questions handy and remember our answers when you feel doubtful. Until then, keep speaking, keep learning, and trust your journey.
Join us next time for more English learning tips and encouragement.
Do not forget to subscribe, share, and like.